Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of distractions. Everywhere we look, there is something trying to pull us away from what truly matters. But we are here with a purpose, a dream. And the greatest challenge is not achieving that dream, but staying focused on it amidst the noise of the world. It is so easy to get lost in the opinions of others, the expectations we feel, or the chaos of everyday life. But if you want to make your dream a reality, you must learn the art of focus. The truth is simple. You cannot afford to waste your energy on things that don't serve your purpose. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It is the force that propels you forward, that gives you the strength to push through the tough times. But too often we let it be consumed by things that don't matter. We argue with people who won't change their minds. We stress over situations that we can't control, and we waste precious time on things that bring us no closer to our goals. Focus. Focus on what truly matters. Every moment you waste on unnecessary things is a moment you could have used to move one step closer to your dream. Protect your energy. The first step to protecting your energy is understanding where it's going. It's so easy to get swept up in the hustle and bustle of life, constantly reacting to what's happening around you. You can feel like you're always busy, always moving, but never really getting anywhere. This is because energy isn't just about physical movement, it's about mental and emotional focus too. When you're constantly jumping from one thing to another, trying to please everyone around you, or solve every problem that comes your way, you're draining your energy without even realizing it. The trick is to be intentional. When you wake up in the morning, before you even start your day, take a moment to think about where you want your energy to go. What are the things that truly matter to you? What is your dream? Your dream needs your full attention. If you're always reacting to others or being distracted by insignificant things, your energy will be scattered. You won't have enough to give to what truly matters. By protecting your energy, you're ensuring that every step you take, every action you make, is in alignment with your dream. This doesn't mean ignoring everything else in your life. It means choosing what deserves your attention. You don't have to engage in every conversation or attend every event that comes your way. You don't have to take on every task that's asked of you. Instead, focus on the things that move you closer to your goal. Everything else can wait. It's also important to recognize the energy drains that come from negativity. Negative people, negative environments, negative thoughts, they can all take a toll on your energy. You might not realize it, but even the smallest negative comment or thought can slowly chip away at your motivation. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it can make you question your own abilities or cause doubt to creep in. You need to eliminate these energy drains. Protect your peace and surround yourself with positivity, with people who uplift you, and with environments that support your growth. Another critical aspect of protecting your energy is setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to people, they're about saying yes to yourself and your dream. It's about being firm in what you will and won't allow in your life. Boundaries help you create the space you need to stay focused and energized. They give you the freedom to invest in yourself without feeling guilty. When you set boundaries, you're telling the world that your time and energy are precious, and you're not willing to waste them on things that don't matter. This focus on your energy also extends to your mental health. Mental clutter can be just as draining as physical exhaustion. When your mind is filled with worry, doubt, or fear, it becomes difficult to focus on your dream. That's why it's important to take care of your mind, just as much as you take care of your body. Meditation, journaling, and positive affirmations can all help clear your mind and refocus your energy. By taking care of your mental health, you're ensuring that you have the strength to pursue your dreams with clarity and confidence. Remember that your energy is not limitless, it is finite. Every decision you make about where to invest your energy is crucial. If you waste it on things that don't serve your dream, you'll find that you have less to give to what truly matters. But when you focus your energy on your dream, you'll feel empowered, unstoppable. You'll be moving forward, no matter what distractions come your way. Focus isn't about ignoring the world around you. It's about making sure that what you give your attention to is worthy of your time and energy. So as you go about your day, keep asking yourself, is this helping me move closer to my dream? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Protect your energy, stay focused, and keep moving toward your goal. Your dream deserves nothing less. Distractions are an inevitable part of life, but they don't have to derail your journey. Everywhere you turn, there is something trying to grab your attention. It might be a phone call, a new opportunity that sounds interesting, a person who needs help, or even the constant pressure of societal expectations. Distractions are often disguised as urgent matters, things that demand immediate attention. But the reality is, most of these distractions are just temporary and in the grand scheme of things, irrelevant to your dream. The first step in overcoming distractions is recognizing them for what they are. Distractions can come in many forms. Some are external, like other people's problems or loud environments, and some are internal, like your own thoughts and doubts. These internal distractions are often the hardest to manage because they come from within. Doubts about your capabilities, fear of failure, or anxiety about the future can consume your mind and make it harder to focus on your dream. However, it's important to understand that these distractions are natural. Every person experiences them at some point, and they don't make you weak or unworthy. The key is to acknowledge them without letting them take control. One way to manage external distractions is to set clear boundaries with the people around you. This doesn't mean shutting people out or being rude. It means learning to say no when necessary and explaining that you need time to focus on what truly matters. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's a way of telling others and yourself that your time and energy are valuable. People may not always understand your need for focus, but that doesn't mean you should feel guilty for prioritizing your dream. You are the one who has to live with the consequences of your actions, not anyone else. Another powerful tool in overcoming distractions is time management. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's how we use that time that makes all the difference. Time management doesn't just mean creating a to-do list. It's about prioritizing your most important tasks and ensuring that the things that will move you closer to your dream are at the top of your list. This might mean cutting out certain activities that seem important in the moment, but are actually wasting your time. You don't need to be busy all the time. You need to be productive. Being busy can often feel like progress, but in reality, it might be a sign that you are distracted by things that don't contribute to your dream. Focus on the tasks that will take you closer to your goal and eliminate the ones that don't. To help with this, consider blocking off certain times of the day solely for working on your dream. This is non-negotiable time. time that is sacred and protected from distractions. Whether it's an hour in the morning or several hours in the evening, make this time your most important priority. During this time, turn off your phone, avoid checking emails, and shut out everything that could pull you away from your work. When you commit to uninterrupted focus, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish in a short period of time. Sometimes the biggest distractions come from within. Fear of failure, lack of motivation, and uncertainty about the future can all cloud your judgment and make it hard to stay on track. The important thing to remember is that these feelings don't define you. They're a natural part of pursuing a dream. Everyone experiences them, especially when they're working on something big. The key is to acknowledge these feelings, but not to let them control your actions. When you're feeling afraid or uncertain, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Focus on the vision of your dream, and keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Another internal distraction is the need for perfection. Sometimes we get so caught up in trying to do things perfectly that we waste time and energy making sure every detail is flawless. While striving for excellence is important, it's essential to recognize that perfectionism can be a trap. If you wait for everything to be perfect before you move forward, you'll never make progress. The truth is, perfection is often an illusion. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on progress. Celebrate small victories and keep pushing forward, even if things aren't perfect. It's better to take action and make mistakes than to remain paralyzed by fear of imperfection. One of the most powerful ways to fight distractions is to keep your vision clear. When your dream is vividly in your mind and heart, it becomes much easier to filter out distractions. The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus will be. Remind yourself daily of why you are doing what you're doing and what you hope to achieve. When you have a clear sense of purpose, distractions lose their power. You'll find that things that once seemed urgent or important no longer have the same hold over you. Distractions are just a part of life. They will always be there, waiting to pull you away from your goals. But the good news is that you have the power to overcome them. It's not about eliminating distractions entirely, it's about learning how to manage them and make choices that serve your purpose. With focus, time management, and a strong sense of purpose, you can stay on track and make your dream a reality. Energy spent on negativity or unnecessary stress is energy wasted. Too often, we find ourselves caught up in the cycles of worry, frustration, and anger, allowing these negative emotions to drain our precious energy. It can be easy to get wrapped up in a negative environment, whether it's due to a stressful work situation, personal issues, or even the constant bombardment of negativity on social media. But the reality is that negative energy not only harms your mental health, but also sabotages your progress toward your dream. Every moment spent dwelling on what you cannot control or feeding into the negativity around you is a moment that takes away from the energy you need to focus on what truly matters. Negative emotions are a natural part of life. Everyone experiences anger, frustration, disappointment, and fear at some point. But it's how we manage these emotions that determines whether they will hinder our progress or become stepping stones for growth. Negative emotions are often rooted in fear, self-doubt, or frustration about circumstances that seem beyond our control. These emotions can feel overwhelming, and when they take hold, it can be difficult to stay focused on your goals. However, understanding that negative emotions are temporary and that you have the power to shift your mindset can help you regain control over your energy. One of the most common forms of negativity is stress. Stress can come from many places: work, relationships, financial pressures, or the weight of responsibilities. While stress is a natural response to challenging situations, it can quickly spiral out of control if not managed properly. When stress becomes chronic, it not only affects your mental well-being but also drains your physical energy. You may find yourself feeling fatigued, disconnected, and overwhelmed, which makes it difficult to take the necessary steps to move forward in life. Chronic stress has a way of stealing your ability to think clearly and make decisions that align with your dream. It's essential to recognize when stress is starting to take over and to take proactive steps to manage it. This could involve taking a break, practicing mindfulness, seeking support, or finding healthy outlets for releasing stress. The more you allow stress to consume your thoughts and energy, the less you have available to focus on your goals. Another aspect of negativity is the toxic people and environments that can drain your energy. Sometimes, negativity comes from the people around us. There are always people who are quick to criticize, belittle, or undermine your efforts. Whether it's through direct comments or subtle actions, negative people have a way of making you question your abilities and second-guess your decisions. If you allow these people to have a significant influence on you, their negativity can become a roadblock on your path to success. It's important to recognize when someone's negativity is affecting your energy and to set boundaries. You do not need to entertain every negative comment or allow it to consume your thoughts. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away from people who bring negativity into your life. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who support your dreams, and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Social media is another source of negativity. While it can be a powerful tool for connection and inspiration, it can also be a breeding ground for comparison, jealousy, and unrealistic expectations. Seeing other people's highlight reels can make you feel like you're falling behind or that your own efforts aren't enough. This is a trap that many people fall into. Instead of using social media as a source of inspiration, it becomes a source of anxiety and self-doubt. You may start questioning your progress and feeling discouraged by what you perceive others have achieved. The truth is, everyone's journey is different, and social media often shows only the best moments, not the struggles that go on behind the scenes. Constantly comparing yourself to others only wastes your energy and makes you lose sight of your own path. It's important to remember that your journey is yours alone, and comparing it to someone else's only distracts you from your own growth. Another form of negativity comes from our own thoughts. Negative self-talk is incredibly damaging and often goes unnoticed. The way you speak to yourself in your mind shapes how you feel about yourself and your abilities. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that your dreams are unrealistic, you're feeding yourself negativity. These thoughts become a barrier to your progress because they reinforce feelings of inadequacy and fear. Instead of focusing on the positive aspects of your journey, you're consumed by self-doubt and fear of failure. Changing your inner dialogue is one of the most powerful ways to eliminate negativity from your life. Practice positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths and focus on the progress you've made instead of the obstacles in front of you. In order to protect your energy and stay on track with your dreams, you must learn to manage negativity. This means making conscious decisions to avoid toxic environments, set boundaries with negative people, and silence the inner critic that tells you you're not enough. The more you can eliminate negativity from your life, the more energy you will have to focus on the things that truly matter. Positive energy attracts positive outcomes. When you channel your energy toward growth, resilience, and progress, you create a powerful momentum that propels you toward your dreams. Let go of negativity and you will find that your path becomes clearer and your energy becomes unstoppable. Life is short, so use your time and energy on what matters most. We often hear people say, "Time flies," but we rarely stop to truly reflect on how quickly it passes. Time is the one thing that cannot be replenished. Once it's gone forever. When we waste time on things that don't add value to our lives, we're not just losing time, we're losing opportunities, growth, and progress toward our dreams. The truth is, every minute counts, and it's up to you to decide how you'll spend it. Time is your most precious resource, and how you choose to invest it will determine the course of your life. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't often lies in how they manage those 24 hours. Some people use their time wisely, focusing on what brings them closer to their goals, while others waste their time on distractions, procrastination, or things that don't align with their true purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of life, to feel like there's always something to do or something to worry about. But when you take a step back and really evaluate how you're spending your time, you may realize that much of it is being drained by things that don't matter. We often waste time because we're not clear on what truly matters to us. When we don't have a clear vision or purpose, we tend to react to life rather than taking charge of it. We allow ourselves to be pulled in different directions by other people's expectations, by societal pressures, or by things that just seem urgent in the moment. But the key to making the most of our time is clarity. When you know what matters most to you, it becomes much easier to prioritize and make decisions that serve your long-term goals. Having a clear vision allows you to filter out the noise and focus on what truly contributes to your success and happiness. One of the biggest time wasters is constantly worrying about things we cannot control, worrying about the future, stressing over what other people think, or ruminating on past mistakes only takes us further away from where we want to be. It's natural to have concerns, but dwelling on them only drains your energy and time. Worrying about things that may or may not happen doesn't change the outcome, it only prevents you from living fully in the present. The more you learn to let go of worry and focus on what you can control, the more you free up time and energy to put toward your dreams. Another way we waste time is through procrastination. It's easy to put things off, especially when they seem difficult or overwhelming. We convince ourselves that we'll do it later, but later often never comes. Procrastination is a silent thief of time. It creeps in when we're not paying attention, and before we know it, the time we could have spent taking action is gone. Overcoming procrastination requires discipline and self-awareness. It's about breaking down tasks into manageable steps, setting deadlines, and holding yourself accountable. When you tackle things head-on instead of putting them off, you'll find that time opens up for you to achieve more and feel less stressed. We also waste time by being surrounded by distractions. Whether it's scrolling through social media, watching TV, or engaging in endless conversations that don't contribute to your goals, distractions take up valuable time. While it's important to take breaks and enjoy downtime, it's equally important to know when to draw the line. Distractions pull you away from your focus and can derail your progress. Being intentional about how you spend your time means setting boundaries with distractions and consciously choosing to focus on the tasks that will move you closer to your dream. This might involve turning off notifications, limiting your screen time, or saying no to activities that don't serve your purpose. Another important aspect of using your time wisely is learning to say no. It's easy to say yes to everything, especially when we feel guilty or afraid of disappointing others. But every time you say yes to something that isn't aligned with your goals, you're saying no to something that could bring you closer to your dream. Saying no is not selfish. It's a way of respecting your own time and energy. It's about knowing your priorities and protecting them. When you say no to things that don't matter, you create space for the things that do. The reality is you won't get this time back. No matter how much you wish you had more hours in the day, there are only 24 hours in each one. How you use those hours determines the kind of life you lead. If you spend your time wisely, focusing on what truly matters, you will look back and realize that you've used your time to build a life that aligns with your values and your dreams. But if you waste time on things that don't matter, you'll find that life passes you by, and your dreams remain out of reach. Ultimately, time is a gift, and how you use it is a reflection of what you value most. When you focus on what matters, your dreams, your goals, your growth, you make the most of the time you have. Every action, no matter how small, adds up over time. Every moment spent moving forward, even just a little bit, gets you closer to your dream. The key is to be intentional with your time, to protect it, and to use it in ways that bring you closer to the life you want. Life is short, so make every moment count. Refocus daily to make sure your actions align with your dream. Life is constantly changing, and the journey toward your dream will have its ups and downs. Along the way, you will encounter challenges, distractions, and obstacles that will test your resolve. It's easy to get lost in the chaos of everyday life and forget what you're truly working towards. That's why it's crucial to refocus every day. Refocusing is not a one-time action, it's a daily commitment. It's about ensuring that no matter what happens, you stay aligned with your vision and purpose. When we first set out to pursue our dreams, we often have a clear vision of what we want. We're driven by passion and excitement, and the path seems simple. But as time goes on, things get complicated. Life happens, unexpected events or challenges can cause us to veer off course. What seemed clear in the beginning can become clouded by doubts, worries, or distractions. That's when refocusing becomes essential. If you don't refocus regularly, you might find yourself drifting away from your original goals. It's easy to get caught up in tasks or projects that don't align with your dream. You might find yourself saying yes to opportunities that sound good in the moment, but ultimately don't serve your long-term purpose. Refocusing helps you regain clarity. Every day is a new opportunity to reaffirm why you started. It's a chance to remind yourself of the bigger picture and realign your actions with your values. When you take the time to refocus, you're checking in with yourself and your goals. You're evaluating where you are on your journey and making sure that the steps you take today will move you closer to your dream. Refocusing allows you to make adjustments and course corrections if necessary. If you realize that you've been spending too much time on things that don't matter, refocusing helps you take a step back and redirect your energy toward what truly counts. Another important part of refocusing is being aware of your progress. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. When we work toward our dreams, We often expect instant success, but that's not how dreams work. Achieving something meaningful takes time, and the process can be slow and sometimes frustrating. Refocusing allows you to celebrate small wins along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. By refocusing daily, you give yourself the chance to acknowledge the efforts you've put in and the growth you've experienced. This helps you stay motivated, even when things seem challenging. It reminds you that every effort is worth it, and that progress is still happening, even if it's not immediately visible. Refocusing also helps you maintain your motivation. When you're focused on your dream, it becomes easier to stay energized and enthusiastic about your goals. However, when you lose focus, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or uninspired. You might find yourself questioning whether it's worth it or if you're capable of achieving your dream. But by refocusing each day, you remind yourself of the purpose behind your actions. You reignite that inner fire that drives you to keep going. Refocusing helps you tap into your passion and stay connected to the excitement that first fueled your dream. This daily practice is what keeps you going, even when the journey gets tough. Sometimes, refocusing also involves letting go of things that no longer serve you. As you grow and evolve, so too will your goals and dreams. What seemed important at one point may no longer be relevant. Refocusing gives you the opportunity to evaluate your priorities and let go of things that are holding you back. This could mean cutting ties with people or habits that drain your energy or no longer align with your vision. It's not about abandoning everything that doesn't serve your dream, but rather about being intentional with your time, energy, and resources. When you refocus, you allow yourself the freedom to release anything that no longer fits with your journey. One of the best ways to refocus is to create a daily routine that centers on your dream. This doesn't mean you need to overschedule or work yourself to exhaustion. Instead, it's about carving out time each day to reflect on your goals and take action toward them. This could be as simple as spending a few minutes each morning visualizing your dream, or writing down a to-do list of tasks that will bring you closer to it. The key is consistency. By making refocusing a daily habit, you ensure that your actions are always aligned with your vision. It helps you stay grounded in your purpose and reminds you to prioritize what truly matters. Ultimately, refocusing daily is about building a habit of intentionality. It's about being present in each moment and making conscious choices that reflect your dreams. It's easy to get swept up in the demands of daily life, but when you make the decision to refocus each day, you take control of your time and energy. You become the architect of your own success, aligning your actions with your purpose and ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. Refocusing is not a one-time effort, it's an ongoing commitment to your dream. It's the practice that keeps you on track, helping you stay true to your vision and aligned with your deepest desires. Your dream is unique to you. Don't let anyone or anything take you off course. This is the foundation of staying true to yourself and your path. The world is filled with opinions, advice, and expectations. Sometimes these can come from the people we trust the most: family, friends, colleagues, even strangers who think they know better. Everyone has an opinion about what you should do, how you should do it, and when you should do it. But here's the truth. No one knows your dream like you do. It is yours to define, to pursue, and to make a reality. Others can guide, advise, or share their own experiences, but their journey is not yours. The path to your dream is something that you alone must walk. When you allow other people's opinions to sway your decisions, you lose a bit of yourself. You start to doubt your own abilities, your vision, and what you truly want. You begin to follow someone else's idea of success, not your own. This is where many people go off track. They chase after someone else's dream, thinking it's the right thing to do, only to find that it never truly satisfies them. They realize too late that they've wasted years of their lives trying to fulfill someone else's expectations, rather than pursuing their own true passion. It's essential to be mindful of who you listen to and what you let influence you. There will always be people who don't understand your vision or who are too afraid to see things differently. Fear is contagious, and sometimes those closest to us project their own fears onto us. They may not want us to take risks because they are afraid of failing. They may try to pull us back from our dreams because they don't have the same belief in it that we do. But that's the thing. Your dream doesn't need to make sense to anyone else. It doesn't need to be understood by anyone but you. If you believe in it, if you know it's your purpose, then that's all that matters. A lot of times, people may also try to give you advice based on their own experiences. But their experiences are just that, theirs. They are based on their journey, their challenges, and their successes. Your journey will be different. The path you walk will have its own set of obstacles, but it will also have its own rewards. You cannot measure your progress based on someone else's timeline or their version of success. Everyone's life is unique, and so is their definition of happiness. Your happiness lies in fulfilling your own vision, not in trying to live up to the expectations of others. In order to stay true to your dream, you must learn to filter out the noise. This means learning to say no when necessary and protecting your mental space. It's okay to ignore unsolicited advice or to step back from relationships that drain your energy. Surround yourself with people who support you, who encourage your dreams, and who push you to be the best version of yourself. People who try to push their own dreams onto you or make you question yours are not the ones who will help you reach your goals. Choose wisely who you allow into your inner circle. These are the people who will help you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. It's also important to understand that your dream doesn't have to look like anyone else's. In fact, it's better if it doesn't. The world is full of copycats, people who follow trends just because they seem popular or safe. But the true innovators, the true visionaries, are the ones who dare to be different. They're the ones who create something new, something that hasn't been seen before. If your dream doesn't fit into the mold that society or others have set for you, that's perfectly okay. In fact, it might be a sign that you're on the right track. Don't conform to what others expect of you. Conformity leads to mediocrity. Strive for something greater, something that only you can build. Another crucial point is that your dream doesn't need to be validated by others. Often we seek approval from the people around us. We want others to tell us that our dream is worth pursuing, that it's possible. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to follow your dream. It's not about seeking validation from others. It's about having the courage to trust yourself. When you believe in your dream, when you commit to it with your heart and soul, that's all the validation you need. The more you seek approval from others, the more you'll find yourself questioning your worth and your abilities. But when you stand firm in your belief, you'll find that the world opens up to you in ways you never imagined. Stay focused on your dream, and do not let anyone take you off course. Let others have their opinions, but don't let them define your path. You know what's best for you, and that's all that matters. Keep moving forward, stay true to your vision, and never lose sight of your goals. It is your journey, and only you can walk it.